Hello, hello. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the throat. I've had a lot of clients going through some things lately, and so I thought, what a great opportunity to talk about the throat, our voice, the mind body connection, and what goes on there. With the throat itself, oftentimes, whenever we don't have permission to speak, to be heard, or we need someone to listen to us, there are things maybe that aren't safe to say. Maybe we might offend someone or start some problems. And so often we stifle our voice. We stop expressing because it's just not safe. It's not okay. And a lot of times people think, oh no, I say everything in my head, which is valid. And I get that. And I would say there's still an unconscious part of you that may be battling inside the nervous system. See, the way that mind body connection works is every time I think a thought, my body feels a sensation. Likewise, I can feel things in my environment that maybe have been triggered from past memories or old stories or events that have been I've been to or been a part of, or even just flashes of memory, flashes of just photographs that the eyes take, right? So the eyes are constantly scanning the room. They're always looking for danger. They're always looking for the next problem to solve. And so there may have been moments where I saw something, and maybe this environment that I'm in right now may be triggering or mirroring something that I remember consciously or unconsciously. And what we need to understand is that the unconscious is such a strong part of us, and the unconscious always wants to keep us safe. And so it will manipulate a situation. It will self sabotage a situation completely unconsciously. Nobody does this to themselves on purpose. But in that space, something inside of us may get triggered or activated or mirrored or reflected or something like that in our space, right? And so as we see these things and we feel these things, then our mind wants to give information to it. It wants to make sense of it. It wants to understand why. In that, we get a lot of confusion and we get into a think feel cycle, which actually will manifest more pain and drama and all kind of disconnect in the body. And so we want to be in this alignment. We want to be in this dance, in this movement, in this safety space. But to get there, it takes a lot of work. It's not just a mindset, it's not just changing a thought, it's not just doing something differently. We have to actually undo the ways that created us. And there's a lot of depth in that. Okay. This is actually my specialty. I bring people all the way through the layers from where it begins in the real world outside of us and what's happening in the environment and how we can change and realign inside, bring our body back into homeostasis, allow our body to self heal, allow ourselves not to get sick moving forward. These are things that I help people do every single day of my life. One of the main things that I suffered with as a child for many, many years was throat problems. Now, I still have my tonsils, they were never removed, but every time we went to the doctor, they would say, oh, they're actually fine. They actually have gone down. We don't need to take them out right now, right? And so we lived with salt water in the kitchen. Like there was always some salt water made for Monique because her throat was always sore. But looking back now, I can really see I lived in a home with a lot of children, a big family. We had a lot going on all the time. And, just environment and home life sometimes was different than what I thought it should be. And as a child, I was told often to be quiet or to not say that or not cry. And totally valid that a parent, doesn't want the child to cry, doesn't want the child to be upset, doesn't want the child to whine. I get it. It totally makes sense. I'm not mad about it. But what my brain heard was, I'm not safe to ever say anything. And so my throat would actually manifest illness and dis-ease, sickness right in the middle of the throat chakra, right? And so over the years, I have learned some tricks and tips and some ways to rely on neural networks that my voice can be heard and seen, and it's safe and it's okay. And I don't have to offend people. I'm not worried about hurting anyone's feelings. I'm totally coming from my truth and my life, and it feels very safe. And so over the last several years, I've been able to express what I need. I've been able to ask for what I need. I've been able to create and manifest all the things in my life that I want not only from my home environment to my relationship in my marriage, my relationship with my children, my relationship with my clients and my other family members, my mom, my siblings, all these people from my past. I've been able to own and live in a completely different space because I have integrated the steps of the punchline approach. The punchline approach was invented by my personal mentor and coach, Kim Guillory. And it is a 5-step approach. It is a very simple module to follow, but we have to go through the layers and the depths of what was taught to us to get there. And so having someone in that space with you that's already walked through it has been such a treat for me. And because it was so beneficial and it was so amazing and I got so much healing, I decided to be a part of this community and start doing this work as well. And so I am Moniquederouen. I am the Integrative Mind Body Coach, and I teach people to self-heal using the integrative approach from the Punchline workbook. And it is amazing and it is awesome. And if we can use these steps and we can start to change the way that we feel about life and the way that we see life and the way that we show up for ourselves and for other people, then we have so much more energy, so much more to offer, so much to give. And we're not pouring from those empty cups. And so now I get to express, I get to say what I need. I get to ask my husband for what I need. I get to tell him what my needs and desires are, what I want to do in this world, what my purpose is here. I get to share with my children my visions and my love for life and what we're doing. And we get to heal some of these old programmings and patternings that created all of this pain in our bodies to begin with. And we're not going to push it down into our families, and we're not going to share it with people that we didn't bleed on and they didn't cut us. Like, we're not going to hurt other people. So it's such a beautiful modality. It's such a beautiful method to have these 5 steps. And I'm going to share them with you very quickly because I'm going to keep these short and sweet. But the first step is presence. The next step is unveil. The third step is navigate. The fourth step is create. And the fifth step is how. And once we do all of that, then we live in natural ease and flow. And this is where I am. And life is so amazing. And the world still happens, and it still snows at my house, and we still get flat tires, and the electric bill is still obnoxious sometimes, right? Like, all of that still goes on. But we show up differently, and we live life differently, and it's easy, and it's in alignment with me, and it feels so good. And so if your voice has been stifled, if your throat has closed down, if you have had strep throat or things in your tonsils going on and off for years, if you've struggled with this, there's something that you're not addressing. This is what I can help you do. I can hold the space. I can show you what's going on. We can allow the unconscious to come up and clear it up. And we can do it in the most beautiful, easy, gentle way. We're not going to go into your trauma. We're not going to hurt you. It's going to be such a lovely experience. And so I invite you into my world. I'm going to put some links below here, and I would invite you in. Send me a message, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM. Let's have a conversation. So if your throat has been hurting and you don't know what to do, and you've tried so many things, and you've done the supplements, and you've done the other things in life, and you just can't figure out what's happening, let me help you. This is all I do with people. I actually teach you how to self-heal from the chronic pain and ailments that have been keeping you stuck from living the life that you deserve to live. I didn't know how deep my pain was and how much it affected my life, how much it isolated me, how much it influenced me, how much it kept me from doing for myself or giving to others or excited in life. And so now that I have this understanding and this awareness and this different way to live, it's so bright, it's so beautiful, it's so fun. And I want to invite you into this space where we don't have to suffer, where we can do life differently. And it is available for you. I'm Moniquederouen. I'm the Integrative Mind Body Coach, and I teach people how to self-heal. And so if you struggle with pain, let's have a conversation.